Okay, so this is part 2 of putting it all together. We're going to end the preparation of this spindle here. And as you can see, we've got few more cuts to do. There where you see the T on there, that's going to be a tongue, a 3/4 inch tongue. And then where you see the C on there, there's going to be a cove down there. That'll be 5/8 inch deep. Actually be 5/8 inch in diameter when it's done. The tongue will be 3/4 inch in diameter when it's done. And so let's get started finishing this up. So I'm going to do a parting cut here. So I'm going to part this down to 1 inch first. That's because this right here needs to be 1 inch, and then this down here needs to be 7/8, and everything to the left over here then is going to be 3/4. So we'll start by doing a 1 inch first. Okay, there's our 1 inch there. Now I'm going to use the skew here, and we're going to put the rest of this down to 1 inch. And I like to use both sides of the cutting edge here, so I wear it evenly on both sides of the tool. Now when you do this using the skew, press that skew firmly down onto that tool rest so it doesn't bounce or do any chatter. You can see I'm kind of just rocking this back and forth. Now you notice I've removed the tape. We had the tape on there earlier. For this video, I removed the tape completely from the tool rest. Okay, I think we're about down there for our 1 inch. Okay. Now I'm going to part this right here down to 7/8 is what we're going to do. I'm going to come over here and reset my calipers to 7/8. Okay, my calipers are reset now. I'm going to part this down to 7/8 over here. Now as you do this, you got to feel the tip of your parting tool. Start getting too hot, and you got to let it rest for a little bit, let it cool down. Now if you're in a real big hurry, you can put this in a pail of cold water and then dry it off if you don't want to wait. Check this out and see how close we are. Okay, that's 7/8 now. Now I'm going to reset these calipers for 5/8 now. Okay, got them set for 5/8. Okay, so this one here, I was going to part it down to 5/8, but this is still a little bit hot right now. I'm going to let that cool. I'm going to come back to my skew here. Now before I take that all the way off, I'm going to get back here and take this down to 3/4 inch over here now. So I'm resetting my calipers here right now to 3/4. Here we are. So let's take this down right here to 3/4. Out there. Okay, there's that. I'll come back to our skew. And bring this down. Okay, you have to be careful when you get down here to the end, because I'm going to stop this and show you what I'm talking about. See that dug into the right into the spur there. See, I went down a little too far there is what happened. Now I'm just doing the tip now of the tool so I don't run it into the spur drive. Okay, so there's our tenon is done. Now I'm going to go back to my parting tool, and we're going to part this down to 5/8. I'm going to go reset my calipers here for 5/8. Okay, there. Those calipers are reset now. All right, here we are with the parting tool again. So I just lift up on that rear handle a little bit, feed that tool in there. Okay, I'm going to get the calipers now and start checking. We're getting close here. Okay, that's it on our parting tool. I'm going to stop it here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get the round nose scraper out, and we're going to start removing this right in here and some of this over here. You can see I just kind of swing this handle back and forth. That way I can use all the cutting surfaces instead of just having it on the tip. Now we're going to take some more off over here now. Now when you do this here, you want to go from your larger diameter down to your smaller. Don't go up this way when you do this. Start over here and go down that way. That way you've got more support for the edge of this tool. Now, I'm going to show you an alternative to using the round nose scraper. And you notice this is a scraping cut that we're doing here. We can use the 1-inch gouge as an alternative. Now when we use the 1-inch gouge, this is more of a shearing cut rather than a scraping cut. And when I do that, I rest the bevel on that wood and down on here, so I've got good support the whole time I'm doing this cut. I'm just kind of scooping it out like ice cream down there in the bottom with this. This is the other way you can do it. Yeah, let's stop this here. Just drop my 1-inch gouge in the floor. So, you can see here, this here's 1 inch. This here is the 7/8 here, so this will get tapered down to there is what will happen. And I'll use the skew to do that, to taper that down. So we're doing kind of a bevel, because we're going to end up here. I want to bevel that down and leave just a slight ridge there where that 1 inch is, and then bevel it down into there. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to this skew here. And I want to kind of scoop this out here is what I want to do. Again, go from the larger diameter down to the smaller. I'm going to switch back to the round nose scraper now. Let's see how that's looking. Yep, we've got a ridge there. I want to get rid of that ridge right there. Okay. Again, you notice I'm going from my larger diameter down to the smaller. Okay, I'm going to switch to the skew now. We're going to finish this up with the skew. So I want to come here. I just come around. I'm going to take a little bit more out down that center portion. And again, this is a shearing cut here, not a scraping cut that I'm doing right now. Go back to our skew. Finish this off here. We barely remove that line now. And I want to have kind of a gentle curve coming around that. Again, when you look at your shape, you want to look over here. Don't look at where you're cutting. Look over here. Okay. All right, we're ready to sand now. I'm going to change our speed here. I'm going to put this on sanding now, which will be 2050 RPM. And we'll start that up, and I'm going to get my 150 grit sandpaper here. I'm going to stop this. Before we sand, we need to remove our tool rest. So we're going to get that out of the way completely. So we'll remove that tool rest completely. Okay, we're back with our sandpaper. Now we're not going to sand the tenons, because those tenons need to fit down into a 3/4 inch hole. That's how spindles work. The tenons on each end are going to fit into a hole. So if you're doing like a baluster or a small railing on a shelf or that type of thing, that's where those would fit in. Okay, so now I'm going to run this in the opposite direction. And just go back on your screen here, select reverse, confirm it, and then start it. And that's going to reverse the direction. So we get those pores in both directions. Now I'm going to switch over to my 220. Now I'll switch my direction back again, the other way. Just go back on your reverse direction again, confirm again, and start again. We're back to our original spinning direction. I'm just going to take this cotton cloth here, get the dust off. And now we're going to get out our paste wax, which I've got right here. And I'll just put a little bit right here on my cloth. And we'll put that on while it's spinning. Again, not on the tenons. Now I'll just take the dry cloth here and run that over it. And there we have it. This one's made out of maple. The first one, that's this one. This was made out of cherry. That's what you'll be using on yours. So that's the end of putting it all together, and that's the end of doing all of your lathe assignments. See you on the next one. What's going on here?